I am back. Yo. Yeah, let's just get back into it. Yeah, it's very weird when I tab off the game. I want to say the controller input goes up, as you can see. So for whatever reason, if I have the game unfocused, that is what happens.
Curse that Red for taking up a place like this. He'll be rich by tomorrow, all on account of this celebration thing. Hmm? What? You buying something from me?
Of course.
Great! I knew I could count on you, lad.
Got any weapons? I think... Ooh. I think it's always worth checking out his stuff. At the very least, it's worth selling him things.
Hi there. Would you look at this? They always leave me behind. Oh, you want me to scratch you? There. Good boy.
I want Chocobo.
How'd you know what it wanted?
I've always been able to tell how chocobos feel. Maybe I'd make a better chocobo breeder than chocobo knight, huh? Hey, what job do you see me doing? Yeah, I think so too.
I was gonna say a Chocobo
You know,
girl,
I might
but
just
I don't
give
know
it a
how
try.
well that would be. It would just be like a harpy, right?
Should I resign my... Would Captain Lucille let me?
Anything can happen.
Make sure you're prepared.
Right?
I've never been too much of a fan of harpies, to be fair. The mooshed. It's interesting how they sell the longsword here. They sell high potions, which is interesting.
Don't forget to smile.
Oh,
I do like the ice skates here. Either way, we don't need stopping here.
Lady Yuna, we've been expecting you. We were surprised you decided to come so soon.
Doing cutscene gives me perfect opportunity to burn myself on my tea.
Lord Seymour sends his apologies for having left without notice.
I also have a habit of
It's
pouring
quite
the
alright.
boiling water
I
onto the
have
spoon.
one question, if I may, sir.
Milady?
I want to keep
Ow.
journeying,
Ow, ow, ow.
even if I marry.
Ow,
Do
ow,
you
ow.
think that Maester Seymour would let me?
But of course, my lady.
I've taken
Lord Seymour
2
wishes nothing
points of
else, I'm
damage.
sure.
Of burn damage.
Bye.
Well, we must follow Grotto tradition. I'll have to ask you to wait here a little while longer.
I don't understand
I'll
why.
send someone to escort you.
I mean, we could just walk ourselves.
We're all with you. Do as you will.
Thank you.
Sorry. That was your line.
And it also depends on the
Yuna!
game, of course. And the situation.
Yes, sir! Oh no!
Albert!
I always love this. Titus has to. We got a random battle here. I didn't know that could happen. That's hilarious.
Oh yeah.
This slime guy is okay. Kind of surprising. Shit. Steel. He does look a bit happy. It's probably because his name is Flan. Flan. And I have to say, flans are super nice. Can I just point out how much damage Kimahri just did? Holy hell, cat. Yeah, he has more magic. He has the most magic? That is interesting. I don't know. I think people tend to have more of an issue of not knowing how to use Kimahri, which is a legitimate thing to say, like a legitimate thing, because they literally don't have. He doesn't have any guide to go on. Keep on sphere grid. And it's also the type of thing that Kimahri, plot-wise, doesn't have much to do outside of the monster section. And he comes out very antagonist until... I can't remember the section of the game. Until Operation Mihan. Right, that's his first time he talks.
Lady Yuna.
Hey, it's the guy we saw in Blitzball. Don't interfere or you'll get this. Listen, magic and aeons are sealed.
Oh no!
Well,
Translation?
He's gonna use an anti-magic field on us!
is it a lot of guns or just lots of barrels? Because thinking about it, is a minigun... or a Gatling gun... I guess you could class that as a lot of guns. But in actuality, it's normally classed as just the one gun, right? One gun with multiple barrels. It's like a double-barreled shotgun. You would class that as one gun. Just me, like, overthinking things, as you do. Damn it. Does Yuna know Lancet? She does. Because I knew this thing didn't have much health left. Okay, we can now use magic. So we shall do so. Oh, Titus hasn't gone yet. I'm gonna overdrive with Whacker. Oh no! I'm an idiot. And then I just like failed it. Titus hasn't gone. Oh, Titus didn't do lots of damage. You know what? I'm going to just be a wimp. Let's summon Ifrit. To be fair, I think Titus's weapon really doesn't play well right now because it's using what's it called? It has resistance against water, and Brotherhood has water damage. I really need to get Titus a better sword. Mana Beam! We didn't do enough damage to stop the Mana Beam. But it also didn't do enough damage to kill Ifrit. How much does Ifrit heal for? Heal himself for, I should say. A nice amount. It's the nice thing about Yuna increasing her damage. Or her magic, I should say. Right. Spend a turn to heal yourself. And then Hellfire. Because this is a hilarious move. Oh no! And that's the thing, when we get Bahamut, it is going to do a shit ton more damage than Ifrit will be doing. Or does. I can't even say that Ifrit has like the best animation for Overdrive, because I think Anima's is better. Oh yeah, Ifrit's looks cool, but I still think Anima's is just hilarious. Ooh, new move, new thing for Riku.
Riku! Ik vind dan vitran.
Oh, we'll tell father.
Aistra guardian of Yuna, Wika? Yuna kwa? Fafem kintran, krak kwa?
We two drek je moha kekten.
I told him I was a guardian. Well, guess I had to, really.
How come you speak Albed? Why?
Well...
Titus knows Albed.
Because I'm Albed. And that was my brother.
You knew? Why didn't you tell me?
We knew you'd be upset.
He doesn't know the letter X
I
yet.
can't believe I've been traveling with an Albed, a heathen.
Also, hey, Cider.
You're wrong. We have nothing against Yevon.
But you Albed used the forbidden machina. You know what that means? Sin was born because people use machina.
You got proof? Show me proof.
It's in Yevon's teaching. Well, not that you know.
That's not good enough. Yevon says this, Yevon says that. Can't you think for yourself?
Well, then you tell me. Where did sin come from, huh?
He came from Bevel, funnily enough.
I don't know.
Well, from a result of the war Bevel started.
But that doesn't mean you should do whatever they say without thinking. Nothing will ever change that way.
Nothing has to change.
You want sin to keep coming back? There might be a way to stop it, you know?
Sin will be gone once we atone for our past mistakes.
When? How?
If we keep faith in Yevon's teachings, it will be gone one day.
Why do I even bother?
Riku, will this move?
Yes!
We're not using that, are we? Wait. Sir Aron isn't Al Bhed too, is he?
Fucking
Come
Waka.
on, Waka.
What?
I mean, getting angry just because you found out Riku's in Al Bhed. You guys got along fine till now, didn't you?
That's different. I mean,
Well, I don't claim to know that much about Spira. And I probably know even
think-
less about the Al Bhed, but I know Riku's a good person.
I
She's just Riku.
Lou,
Just think of this as an opportunity to learn more about the Al Bhed.
do like Waka's arc.
Give him time to think.
Okay, so who are we gonna join? Who's
You've done nothing to apologize for.
going to ride with
All
us?
right, let's ride.
You sure you know how to drive this?
Better than
So it's not
Kamari.
Kamari. Ah, it's Lulu. I feel like we need to attack
I
Lulu.
hope that you're not too mad at Waka.
Hey, not at all.
Thank you.
Say, what do you think of Riku?
Me? She's fun to be with.
That all?
Well, I can tell she's not a bad person.
Yeah. You know what the problem is? She's just another Al Bhed to Waka. Waka's head is as hard as a rock. I bet it's because of Yevon, or you know, something like that.
Well, there's more to it than that. Waka doesn't like the Al Bhed because of his brother Chapu.
Oh, he used a Machina weapon, right? And got killed by Sin. Killed by my own
I think that's the
hand.
one thing that makes it also interesting. Waka's, you know,
What?
No, nothing.
Waka's
Hey.
character
Can someone, like a human, become Sin ever?
is
I
that,
can't
you know,
say that I know.
that there is like the
Why?
reason for his
Just a thought.
hatred to them. The fact that he blames
Sin
them
is the
for
punishment for
his
it,
brother's
and
death,
the incarnation of crimes we have committed.
which, you know,
So
is
no
a
one
bit
really knows
more
what it is.
interesting of a seed
to me,
than he's
so no one
racist
asks.
because they are a different religion
You run or you fight.
or something.
That is
Like,
really
I'm
all
not
you
saying
can
it
do.
excuses it, but at
There's
least
no
there's
sense
a
brooding
bit
over it.
more of a reason than just
What, that's all?
blind faith, even though
you
that's
don't
what
even
he
wonder?
does as well, but that is piled on. I would like to
We do
think that
come
before
from a world
Chapu's
where
death,
there is no
Waka
sin,
just didn't
like you
really
say.
care too much one way or another. Yeah. And thankfully, I've not been in that position. Lost my gang. Here you go. It's cool, isn't it? I want to say this person's a really good person for Blitzball, but we don't need to do anything. I also really love this temple's design. Because I want to say we're under an ice lake. It just looks cool.
Halt! The likes of her are not welcome in this hallowed place.
She is a guardian.
An Al Bhed? A guardian? Preposterous.
I've decided to be Yuna's guardian now. And that's all I want.
And that's all one needs to be a guardian.
Very well.
Shut up, guy who doesn't even get a name.
I will hold you personally responsible, if anything.
Orin is great. I feel like this game would not be as great if
There you
Orin
are.
wasn't as good as he is.
Lady Yuna. I
couldn't be happier even if it was my own wedding.
That is sad.
Now victims of sin will have something to be joyful about.
Yeah, I guess so.
You're not happy?
Nah.
I will say, like, I was trying to think of
Say, do you know where Yuna is?
a list of the most badass people
She's
in
gone to
video
the
games,
Cloister of Trials with Mr.
and
Seymour.
Oren is like easily number 1 in that list. Well, I won't say number 1, but he easily came to in.
A sphere in Lady Yuna's belongings.
Whatever. He is always in the list. The other one I would say is Max Payne. Max Payne's quite the badass. Oh yeah, no, like I once going about who number 1 is always going to be hard. Because Doomguy is clearly up there. Other candidates is Samus.
This may well answer a few questions.
Like, she is completely badass. Although, here's the thing with Solid Snake. It's also questionable which Snake. I guess Boss.
What I am about to tell you is the unclouded
Boss
truth.
would be, and then Solid Snake? I
I
don't know.
swear it on my honor as a Guado.
Both
Listen to
Snakes
me
easily
very carefully,
would be on there.
For I shall tell you the truth about my son Seymour. His mind is closed even to me, a maester of
Let's
Yevon.
see other badasses.
But I can feel flames of darkness burning
Master
in his
Chief,
heart.
yes.
He's using Yevon, the Guado, and
Was it
even
that
the
whole
summoners. If he
the
is not
famous line
stopped,
from 2, I'm giving the Covenant back their bomb, is it's just so great.
I will leave this world soon,
Let's see.
killed by my
Other
own
badasses.
son. But I do not fault him, because I
Because
was not
it's
wise enough.
tricky. Because it's not
He has
just.
suffered.
It's not just certain characters who are good. It's a specific type of character. Like, thinking about it, Simon Belmont. Fucking what a badass! He goes up and beats
Punishment for my deeds.
beats Dracula by himself.
Whoever is watching this, I implore you to
Right?
stop, Seymour. Stop.
Now, don't get me wrong. I think I like a lot of other characters from Castlevania more than Simon.
Wonderful.
Booker DeWitt.
Will Yuna be alright?
I mean, he has such a good name, but I don't know.
No.
Where you going?
You saw it, didn't you? Seymour's bad news.
But he's a maester.
Fine. Stay here if you want.
Come on, Waka. Let's at least hear him out.
And don't get me wrong, I like the
This can't
character,
be happening.
but I'm not necessarily sure if I would class him a great badass. Like, another one I considered is potentially Dante. Cat. I mean, it's not just about what they take. Once again, it's also kind of hard because it's like, what do you consider a badass, you know?
Hooray for Maester Seymour's wedding!
Oh, Deus Ex.
Oh, I hear Lady Yuna is still going to continue her journey, huh?
Well, isn't that like multiple?
Wonder
It's
if
not
that
the
means
same
she
guy.
and Mr. Seymour will fight sin together.
I don't know. I've not
Just
really.
like Lady Yunalesca and Lord Zayon.
I've not really seen much with Deus Ex, admittedly.
Kimahri's up ahead. Go.
I know the prequels or the newer games aren't. because they're prequels.
From anyone. Even a maester.
This can't be happening.
I'm trying to think.
He is truly at fault. It must be done.
Potentially, I could say the main character from Persona 3. Just... Lara Croft is an interesting one. I was thinking of her, but... Like...
Seymour!
She does some cool stuff, but at the same time... Is she really that much of a badass?
Make me!
Don't get me wrong, she's a badass, yes, but I wouldn't consider her one of the great badasses. Although, yeah, I don't know. Because a lot of her, I don't know. Once again, I've not played enough Tomb Raider to say one way or another.
Yuna!
Why?
I don't know. I've never
We saw
been
Jiskel's sphere.
the biggest fan of Sephiroth.
You killed him.
What of it? Lady Yuna, certainly you knew of these things, did you not? Well then, why have you come here?
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. He does have some
I came to stop you.
some coolness about him, I guess, but I think he's overhyped.
Came to punish me then.
But yeah, like, as I was saying, Persona 3's main character, he's quite the badass, mainly because of the feat he pulls off. Like, that's a pretty badass thing he does, I have to admit. And that's the key thing as well, is being able to point out feats that they do. It's like, Orin, for example, he refuses to stay dead to ensure to help his friends' legacies do what they want.
Your lives, I will have to take
Like,
them.
I'm not going to die
Mr.
so I can keep
Seymour,
my promise to my friends.
I trust
Pretty
my
badass.
guardians with my life, but they are also my friends. I will not stand by and watch them be hurt. I will fight you too.
I would love it in that scene if she just like whacks Lulu.
Maester Seymour!
So be it.
I don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that he isn't a badass. But I'm on about greats. It's why I'm still hesitant about Dorkun. Oh, I talked to the wrong person.
I knew you were bad news the first time we met.
Oh, my sincerest apologies.
Seymour!
Not gonna lie. Seymour is quite a dick, and I love that about him sometimes. But at the same time, he's kind of... I don't know. I want to say one note. I wonder would this work? You know what, let's try it. Mainly for the side people. Wow, that actually worked. Okay, let's try this again.
You may be a maester, but I will still fight.
I didn't think it would work neither.
Burn with resolve. Beautiful.
To be fair, I'm equally as surprised. I always struggled with this fight as well.
We must stop this.
This is one of the fights that I
This can't be happening.
struggled with as a kid. Yoink. I wonder, can you actually silence him? Oh wow. It does take a lot of damage to Titus's sword.
Feel my pain. Come, Anima.
So, I wonder if you can steal anything useful from Anima. I think that's the thing that's happened now. I spent so much time...
Yuna, the new Aeon!
He is boosting, so now is not the time to actually attack. Silence Grenade 3.
Oh, Faith, lend me strength.
Oops. And Yuna's dead. Right, let's try a mix. Okay, that was not worth it. Let's have this be an Aeon battle. Let's get ore now. Have we used Lulu yet? I know this is only going to boost him, but that's fine. Let's use us some more, Ifrit, because outside, because afterwards we're going to be getting Bahamut soon, so you know. Bottle of cider. It's a shame we don't have haste. I'm mainly putting these on now, because if Ifrit survives, then we'll... Ifrit May. Because if Ifrit survives, then it'll give us an help. Oh, I'm a fucking idiot. Null Blaze is already what he has by default. Holy shit! I didn't expect it to do that much damage. I was always used for Meteor Strike to not do that much. No, it didn't. It did a lot less damage to later times.
That defeated Anima. It will be mine.
I wonder why. Oh, thanks for the heal. Immune. Could it have been a crit? Still, it's doing a hell of a lot more damage than I expected. I am A-okay with that. Yeah, Ifrit killed Seymour.
Yuna, you would pity me now?
Lord Seymour!
That's the last we'll ever see of Seymour. Yeah!
What happened
Totally.
here?
What have I done?
I also like how no one tries to stop him here.
Seymour struck first. He's the bad guy.
You did this?
Yuna, send him.
No, stop! Stay away from him, traitor!
I get the fact that some of them are shaken or shooken, but the fact that Oren doesn't try and stop him.
Traitors.
We're finished.
I don't know, maybe
Now,
Oren
hold
just
on
likes
just a
to
minute.
stir
Seymour's
the pot.
bad guy, right? We'll just explain to everyone what happened.
It won't be that easy. Let's get out of here.
Hell yeah, that's a lot of points. Black magic spheres. Hell yeah. We get Shiva. All Oren cares about is Yuna going to finish her pilgrimage? It's the only thing he cares about. Magic defense 2. If these were 4, I probably would do it, but I might hang on to that for now. We're also going to hang on to the black magic spheres until we get here, because those will be very handy for Yuna to learn. Even though we're not going to have Yuna for a while. But semantics. Okay, so down is to dispel. Reflect. I definitely want her to learn that. That being said, are we not that far from level 3s? No, level 3s is when you get to Mount Gegazet. We could just have Yuna... I don't know what to do with Yuna. I want Dispel. I mean... that's something I want. I do find it awkward, her mouth, though. Like, she's kind of smiling with it slightly open a bit. And it just looks kind of awkward. Miku also looks a bit more chubbier in the face in this picture. Oron needs to... I mean, to be fair, everyone seems to have good teeth here. The dental care in Spira really is top-notch. Oron's just gonna backtrack. Really? I've seen the way some of the kids run around in this game. Also, wouldn't they have to have some access to sugar? Like, of course, natural sugars and like fruit and stuff, but not the processed sugar. Oof. Okay, so Kamari now... Oops, I overshot things with Kamari as well. Oh no, I guess we're gonna just keep going forward with Kamari then. And then figure things out later. Whacker. Get this random 200. Maybe. I mean, to be fair, it doesn't... Spirit, to me, doesn't seem like a civilization that have access to, you know, processed foods, per se.
Give me a break. What?
Okay, so this... I mean, I think that's one thing I've always kind of liked about Final Fantasy games, is they do tend to have that mix of fantasy, like ancient... Fantasy, like medieval type stuff, and then also more futuristic, like future tech type stuff. So this one's always a pain for the fact that you have to do it twice. Magitech, yeah. I mean, literally some of the... Oops. Like, literally some of the enemies or machines are called Magitech armor. I wouldn't... I'm trying to think the best way to explain it. Because I wouldn't necessarily say... Come up here and grab this. I mean, I think that's the thing I find more interesting. Not necessarily magic technology, but the fact that it's fantasy setting, but technology, but is ancient technology, I should say. Come up here. Oh, because honestly, the idea of there being technology that's infused with magic, that's fine with me one way or another. It doesn't... Oh, we're missing one, aren't we? Oh no, here it is. I mean, it depends on the game. I think they were smart to have it be more of an anthology series. More than anything else. And push. 14 is an interesting one. 9 is more fantasy based. I've not played it, but my friend has, and I know some interesting facts about 9. They knew Final Fantasy X was going to be different. Like, they knew 10 was going to be a departure in a way, because they were going to have voice acting, Aeon, summons were going to be playable and whatnot. Like, they knew 10 was going to be a game changer in a way. So they decided what they wanted to do was have this game, or make 9 be a send-off in a way. So they made 9 specifically with the idea of, let's make this a game that is like the best, or a very nice send-off to the older versions of Final Fantasy. That's why you have Vivi is essentially just a black mage, like outfit-wise, and how some of the characters look the way they do, because they wanted it to be more in line with how the older Final Fantasy games were. Yeah, literally. And it was a callback to those games because they knew Final Fantasy was going to become very different. And you could see that happening already with 7 and 8. And they were like, okay, 9 is going to be different. Probably games afterwards are going to be different. So let's make 9 a send-off for the older versions of Final Fantasy. I mean, I will say, all of them, one thing you have to admit that Final Fantasy does quite well is it is very experimental with a lot of stuff. I mean, you could argue that a lot of those experiments fail, but given how different 7, 8, 9 to a degree, and 10 especially, like, I want to say 11, like one of the first MMOs, or at least it was an MMO that came out before WoW. And then of course 12 was a single player MMO essentially. 13 was 13, and 14 they experimented with the idea of resetting the world. I would say that was the plan, but that's what happened. They dropped a fucking moon on it. I love that cutscene.
Please.
Give us a chance to explain.
No need. I already know what I'll tell the other mates.
14 is an example of a game recovering from a very bad launch.
Was the leader of the Guado before becoming a maester.
You're not letting us go.
Let you go?
I wouldn't say very bad, but I won't say very good. It was a very bland launch, which admittedly for an MMO is a bad thing.
We can show it to them.
You mean this?
Hey!
The Guado take care of Guado affairs.
Like, if it was just a more...
Oh, wait.
If it was just a single-player game, then, you know, it being bland wouldn't necessarily be the worst thing ever.
You've really done it now.
I love how he'll sell you stuff. I mean, once again, I'm not disagreeing with you. Thirteen. 11 was, but 11 was also of a different era of MMOs. Because once again, 11 came out before before World of Warcraft, which changed how MMOs were. Like, it's funny going back to earlier MMOs and seeing how much influence WoW had. No! Hang on, I'm trying to thingy. Like, one of the things it had going for it was... Oh, fuck. This guy's still alive. I mean, what? That's the funny thing. Like, looking at that now, the formula was much... It was really good, because stuff like having the quest mark above the characters, like, this guy is going to give you a quest, that's something WoW did. And WoW really hit it off because it was the mix. It was streamlined, but also not. Or, more accurately to say, they just made it easier to find the things, the information you needed to do. A lot of the groundwork was still stuff that you had to do. There was still lots of grinding and what have you. I keep going to the sphere grid instead of the health refresh pool. But yeah, 11... on whether or not 11 is good, I think the easiest way to see how good 11 was is I think the servers are still up. And if that doesn't tell you how much people care about that game, then clearly that doesn't mean anything to you. Oh yeah, but that's because, like, the game like, obviously they're not going to keep the PS2 servers still on.
Allow me.
But yeah, it goes to show they're not going to keep the... Yeah. It's a game I would like to play. Oh, I didn't realize I had to Oh well, Unibonk. It's a game I would like to play, or try and play, but it's... I know it's going to be very time consuming. More so than Final Fantasy XIV, which is another game I would like to actually play. It has a lot going for it because it's more of an, for lack of a better term, old school MMO. Like the way, I want to say it also got in trouble at one point. There was a bit of controversy with the game. I can't remember if this is accurate, and it might be for a different game. So keep that all in mind. But I want to say there was a boss in a game, and I want to say it was in, or raid I should say, or raid boss I should say, in Final Fantasy 11, in which it took, I want to say several hours? No, like potentially 16 hours to kill. like raids had to be engaged. Like it was to the point where you needed parties to take shifts to keep the raid engaged. Like it was a very big endurance thing, and it got into trouble because people ended up, you know, becoming ill because of it. So they had to nerf that to like 2 hours now or something. But it's just... No! 18 hours! Yeah? It was one of the... Bahamut's or something like that. Like, a big summon type boss thing. Raid boss. Doodad. Absolute virtue. Okay, yeah, I don't recognize that one. But still, interesting nonetheless. And fucking crazy. And Riku's dead. You know what? Let's give this a go. Hold on. I don't know the story fully. I was not actively playing. Oh jeez. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Won't get rid of the ads. I mean, I think that's one reason why a lot of raids nowadays have a time limit. Or, well, I want to say most raids and stuff in 14 have a 3-hour window. Like, if you don't get it done in 3 hours, you get kicked out. So, nothing's stopping you from keep trying, but it does at least encourage people to stop for a brief moment. And it also stops the devs from making it so then it goes on for longer than an hour. 3 hours. Could summon. You know what? Yeah, this is our last fight with Yuna. For a while. Probably for today. I remember in uni, I lived in a house with 3 other guys who were all in the same game design course for 2 years, and at the end of year 2, as in our second year of uni, we had, what was it, the first? I can't remember now. Well, the third even. Either way, at the end of the year, we'd finished our work. Or might have been term. Either way, we'd finished all our coursework, and we just had to hang around for the last week before we were allowed to leave. But, in case there was some complications or what have you, like, they just needed us to come in and check something, I don't know. Basically, we had to hang around for a week, so we had a week of not needing to go into class or anything, or any work to do. So, the 4 of us decided to play WoW. And over the course of 4 days, we went from level 1 to level 60-ish? This was also, you know, before or around the time Lich King came out. So it wasn't quick leveling either. Those are the days. I decided to play
That's what I would have said.
Priest, and then I decided to scrap that and be a rogue again.
We were all there, and in one piece. Even if I had a headache from wondering what was in store for us next.
What now, I wonder?
What now? You act first and think later, don't you? I mean, can't you be a little more responsible? We're all depending on you, you know?
A lecture?
No. Just a suggestion.
You should place trust in your friends. But you can't expect someone to protect you all the time. You would do well to remember that.
Is that a lecture?
It's advice. Young summoners.
I like Owen.
We're under the lake ice, aren't we?
Maybe.
Look, that's the bottom of the temple.
Yeah, we were just on that bridge.
We've fallen a long way. So now we're the traitors that killed a maester.
I think I might stop here for today. I would like to keep going, but not feeling 100% just now, and I think I would rather than push on and then, you know, not do more tomorrow, only do some now and then maybe do another 3 hours tomorrow. We'll see. I also need to draw the thumbnail for this, and I still have no idea what I'm going to draw, so I'll figure it out at some point. But thank you all for watching. I'll catch you tomorrow, probably. I would like to try and get to the end game before the end of the week, or before the start of next week, I should say. So yeah, till then, everybody, bye.